And coming unmuted on Zoom. Go ahead when you're ready.
Good morning, everyone. I want to call this meeting of the Village of Ruidoso and the City of Ruidoso Downs Ruidoso Wastewater Treatment Plant Joint Use Board to order. I'd like a roll call, please, ma'am. Oh, do we have everybody here? Joey Jarvis, Dean Holman. Hello, Isaac. See him.
Good morning.
Do you see Joey Jarvis and them on your screen? No.
I move they pay a lot more.
They're not connected.
They're not connected?
No, sir. We have myself, you all in chambers, Adam, Eric, Isaac, and Gigi.
Okay, let me see if I can get a phone call.
There's somebody right there.
Where?
Right in the center. That's Ron.
That's Ron, Tim Dodge, Karen. That's Ron, yeah.
It's been so long since we've had one of these, I forgot about it.
Yep.
Joey was a pre-agenda, so he approved pre-agenda.
What about Underwood?
Gesundheit.
And that's why I carry extra masks. Has anybody got Joey's phone number? Isaac.
I got it, Mayor. I'll call him right now.
Okay, give him a holler.
Sir?
Adam's got it. He was going to call Joey. I can't get the mayor. The mayor never answers his phone. I'll call
That might
him.
be a good policy.
Yeah, damn sure. Now to think about it, my liquor cabinet's just gone like this, full of liquor, because I haven't had a drink, and I mean, I used to have a couple every day. I don't drink anymore because sometimes they catch me just as I was totally relaxed about 9 o'clock, and somebody would call, and I think, well, it's got to be an emergency, and I'd kind of let them have it.
Don't you have to have a downtime?
Yeah.
Tell them you're in timeout.
Well, you guys are just getting rich off of the backs of the local established. What was the fancy word that he used? And I said, really? And so I think you're thinking of the federal government.
Yeah.
The local government, we don't make money.
Well, they get to retire off that $500 a month.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right. Well, they were asking me, I've been here so long, am I about able to retire on the village? And I said, what do y'all think we do? Well, they don't, some people just don't understand.
Apparently not.
They watched these, Como not Como, de Blasio,
Well, and Cuomo too.
and those guys, and they think that we're like that. It cracks me up.
The best one was in Pennsylvania. The governor signed an executive order to have people wear masks in their home. And after that went out, then he had to clarify what the hell he
What he's
meant.
talking
So
about.
if people came to
He's not answering here.
Okay,
I sent him a text.
let me call Underwood.
Hold on. Actually, he texted me back. Let me see what he said. Oh, he says he's having issues,
Okay,
but he's trying right now as we speak.
okay.
So if someone comes to your door, then they wear their mask and say, do you want me to wear my mask? And I'm going, really? And you have to write an executive order for that?
And you got to pay somebody to drive around and do this
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. How are you going to enforce it anyway?
Well, it's like I haven't been able to get a haircut. I was supposed to get a haircut on Monday. And
Well,
because
that was a bad.
well, she called me and said, I don't feel well. And I said, oh, really? What kind? She goes, well, we drank too much wine last night. And I was wanting to, if you didn't mind, I'll cut it Monday, because that's usually my day off, and I'll be there instead of last Thursday. And I wasn't thinking. I was like, sure, no problem. And then, so when I go to Texas, guess what? I'm going to go to one of those clipper cuts or
Or
super cuts, yeah.
When do you leave?
Saturday morning. I've got, unless something happens, I mean, she's been slightly spotting, lost her mucus plug. She's starting to efface. She's got Braxton Hicks. She's doing all those things, but the doctor wants her staying in bed, and he said, I want that baby cooked all the way till
So it's ready.
23rd. And so she says she's doing fine. She's miserable. I mean, her belly's, she's a little bee thing, and it looks painful.
Well, now it's pushing down on her pelvis, and all the nerves.
So I said, well, we'll go. And there's Joey. Joey's on there now.
Morning.
Morning. So you're our counselor today instead of Underwood?
I just got off the phone with Underwood.
Do you have your packet with you?
No.
But
Well, Elizabeth's coming down today,
I said, I make
so if
extra
you need a
sugar in
haircut,
your
then
packet.
she can help you.
well, I gotta get one. I mean, and so my girl called and said, well, I'm not gonna break the law. And I said, I know, I understand, but I'm leaving Saturday morning early. Are we ready to go? Joey, can you hear us? Senor Jarvis? Can you hear us, Joey?
He just sent a message on the chat and said he's having major issues.
Well, I see his picture, but he's muted. Have you been up on Chavez and all that, where that fellow's buying that property up there where we're gonna do the CDBG grant back up that way? They've gone through and thinned a bunch of that out up there. It looks great. He's talking about building 50 houses, and if he can't hit his number, he'll do 65.
He did it, who bought it?
A guy named Tommy and his brother, Tommy, out of Rankin, Texas, a rancher, which means if you're in Rankin, you got a ranch, it's got oil and gas under it. And then his brother's a builder that's built all over Dallas, El Paso, and
They're doing the 50 houses here.
yeah,
Are they gonna?
up behind, where Chavez Street is, over behind Pioneer Bank, all back up in there. Drive up there and you can see where they've gone through and thinned it out.
Since
big
we
time.
just are gonna run utilities for them.
Yeah, since we're gonna do all that area, and it's gonna butt right up to where they bought us, and now he wants to work with us to try to get it to extend out, so anyway,
We get paid for that.
yeah, now he's gonna pay for that. We made it very clear that we can't do
But
anything.
that's all right. Are these gonna be?
375 is what he's trying to hit, 350 to 375. Mr. Jarvis, can you hear us? Adam, can you let him know that he's still on mute, and I didn't ask him if he can hear us.
Okay, can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. You're on there twice.
Yeah, let me get off this computer one.
Okay, you're on your phone?
We're having all kinds of, our internet's down and all kinds of issues, so I apologize.
No problem. Is the mayor with you?
I'm going to see if he's in there. Yes, he's with me.
Okay.
Hang on one second.
So they're getting ready
Okay.
to go up there?
Yeah, he said he wants to start building by February. He's gonna have.
Okay, me and the mayor are present.
Okay, so I just called the meeting to order, and we were about to have a roll call. So good morning, gentlemen. Glad you're here. Hope everything's well and safe. And go ahead, Bertha.
Chair Crawford,
Here.
Counselor Cornelius,
Here.
Counselor Jackson,
Here.
Joey Jarvis,
Here.
Mayor Holman.
Here.
Thank you.
All right, and then I believe we have Attorney Zach Cook setting in for John Underwood this morning. And we have various other folks on with Zoom. So we will get started. Do you gentlemen have an agenda? Mr. Jarvis?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. All right, we'll go through, need a motion for approval of today's agenda, please.
Mr. Mayor, Chairman, move to approve the agenda and give the chair leverage for moving agenda items as needed. Second.
Okay, we have a roll call and a second. We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Counselor Jackson,
Aye.
Counselor Cornelius,
Aye.
Chair Crawford,
Aye.
Mayor Holman,
Aye.
Joey Jarvis.
He had to step out just a second.
Okay. Well, we have a majority, so we can move on. Item number 1 is discussion and possible action on approval of minutes of the August 19th, 2020 regular meeting.
Mayor, I move that we approve the minutes from the August 19th, 2020 meeting.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on approval of the minutes. Is there any further discussion? None being, roll call, please.
Counselor Cornelius,
Aye.
Counselor Jackson,
Aye.
Chair Crawford,
Aye.
Joey Jarvis. He's still gone. Mayor
He's still not back.
Okay.
Mayor Holman.
Aye.
Okay. Item number 2 is discussion and possible action on second renewal agreement with Montgomery and Andrews, PA for legal services related to the regional wastewater treatment plant. And who do we have speaking on that one?
Isaac.
I'm on there, Mayor and Councilors. This is Isaac Garcia, the Director of the Wastewater Treatment Plant. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, should I take my mask off or can you hear me fine like this?
I can hear you fine.
Okay. So the JAB would like to hire Montgomery and Andrews to represent the JAB dealing with all aspects of environmental law, including but not limited to litigation related to any current or subsequent state or federal administrative orders, NPDES permitting, private and or non-private lawsuits, and other legal and administrative matters involving JAB interest in environmental issues. And this is just the second renewal agreement. Any questions on that?
This may be for Zach, but has there been any movement on Sugarman and?
No.
So we just gotta drag this out until our reports are out of date and have to do them all again?
I don't know. I need to talk to Louis and see what's going on. I've not talked to him.
Is there any way we can not be friendly and quit asking for extension or approving extensions?
That'll be your call.
On,
We would listen to you, I think, you and John, but it'd be nice to get it over with.
Yeah, I know. No, I apologize. I have not gotten an update from Louis Rose, but I'll do that and report that to you.
Does anybody have any other comments or questions on this? It's become like our insurance bill. I know we joke about it. We just keep paying and paying on these things, but I guess we got to have the best representation. Okay, if we don't have any discussion on it, staff recommendation is to approve. And to anything that's not, if you don't have anything to the contrary, I'd entertain a motion for approval, please.
Mr. Chairman, Jackson, move to approve second renewal agreement with Montgomery and Andrews, PA for legal services related to the regional wastewater treatment plant.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Roll call, please, ma'am.
Counselor Jackson,
Aye.
Counselor Cornelius,
Aye.
Chair Crawford,
Aye.
Mayor Holman,
Aye.
Joey Jarvis.
Aye.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Item number 4, number 3, thank you. Discussion and possible action on second renewal agreement with Moles and Corbin and Associates for professional engineering services for affluent reuse. Isaac?
This is just for the second renewal agreement with Molson and Corbin on the effluent reuse. We did get a draft on some of their studies that they found on the effluent reuse. I don't know if you, ladies and gentlemen, got that report. Eric, did they happen to get one also, or did they not?
Chairman Crawford and board members. So we do have the final draft of the reuse assessment, and we've got 3 hard copies, and I will get the final PDF copy from Derek. In terms of that project, the last deliverable component that we're looking for is the infographic white paper, and Derek, Isaac, and myself have been working with Zach Cook. Zach did a review of it to give us some advice about, if he was to get this document during a session, what would actually be the most beneficial for him. So we're just finalizing that infographic handout for the next session.
Okay, and this is the second renewal. Okay, what am I looking at on page 38? That's dated December 19th, 2018. Is that a different contract? Because that would put us over wouldn't make it the second renewal agreement.
Well, that's probably when we did it originally, and
Yeah,
then in
that's the main
19 would be the first renewal, and now it's the
Correct.
second.
Well, 2018 to 2019 would be the first one, and so the second renewal, or would be the first renewal, would be 2019 to 2020. First renewal?
Yeah, and this
Okay.
is second.
Okay. Any questions? Okay, we need a motion, please.
Mr. Chairman, move to approve second renewal agreement with Moles and Corbin and Associates for professional engineering services for effluent reuse.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Being none, roll call, please, ma'am.
Counselor Jackson,
Aye.
Counselor Cornelius,
Aye.
Chair Crawford,
Aye.
Mayor Holman,
Aye.
Joey Jarvis.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, item number 4 is discussion and possible action on addressing of main gate open closure, signage, cameras, and security lighting for regional wastewater treatment plant in the amount not to exceed $26,000. And I believe this is Isaac, and this was a item brought up by Commissioner Jackson. After he visited the plant, he's the one that really brought it to our attention. So Isaac, would you like to expand on this a little bit?
Yes, sir, mayors and councilors. So currently, we have a chain link gate with a padlock that's used to lock the gate after hours. It's open in the morning at 7 o'clock and closed at 3:30. Various people do have our code, such as collections, the fire, and I think the electric company in case of emergencies. As soon as Councilor Jackson told us he would like to get that updated, I got a quote from CDP Builders, and it came out to $16,800, and that is for an electric automatic gate that opens and closes. But the problem with it, it's over 200 yards from electrical source, so that's where the problem's going to be as far as a keypad and cameras and things of that nature. We're still working on it, and I'm getting other quotes as we speak, and hopefully we can find something else. The 4,000 to 8,000 that I originally had said was us doing the work ourselves, but getting that electrical out there is going to be a task, but we're already, like I said, looking into that as we speak.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir.
Isaac,
Yes, sir.
why can't we use a solar panel with a battery operated?
That was definitely what they were looking at, but what they were saying is that every time that the gate opens and closes, it's going to draw so much power from that it's not going to be enough. It's going to have to be, we're going to have an electrical wire run out there.
Mr. Chairman, I think I have trouble with that. I mean, I have 28 width of gate that's over 12 foot high on a solar system, and I've never had any issues with it. It basically trickle charges, as you know, to a 12-volt battery. Unless I can't picture something that light pulling that much current that it would not work. I mean, most of them.
Oh, no, yeah, yes, sir. It's because it's gonna be, I think it's a over 12-foot fence. And what he was saying, even with all the employees coming in the morning, like there's 8 of us, so as we come in and in the morning, it'll open and close those 8 times. And he said, and let me just tell you what, this is just from one of the quotes that we got. And this is from that CVP Builders, Philip Mathis Construction. And that's what he was saying. So, I mean, we're still in the works of trying to find solutions to that problem.
Well, with respect to that engineering assessment, both of my gates are 14 foot wide. So, and you could sit out there and play with it all morning if you wanted to. And I don't think you would ever run it down. The only time I've ever run into issues with it was when the battery gave out. And it's a regular 12-volt auto battery. So I think maybe we may have to look a little differently to someone else with a little more insight into how.
And that's exactly that was just the first quote that I jumped on just to see where we would stand on it, just to see the pricing. I don't know if maybe you could possibly give me the name of the company that you used, and that could be another quote just to see where we stand.
Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead.
Isaac, if that's the case, we just need to buy another battery and look into buying those deep cycle, like lithium ion batteries. Those are expensive. My son just spent $1,000 a piece on some, but that's cheaper than running power out there.
Yes,
if
sir.
You get a couple of batteries, you'd have backup.
And another thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to add some fencing that comes into the facility as to not run the gate on the owner's property out there, and possibly because there's cows involved and things of that nature. So what this contractor wants to do is run the gate a little bit inside the facility. That way the gate opens and closes within our property and extends past the cattle guard. That way the cows can't mess with the keypad or any kind of equipment out there. It's all on the facility itself.
Well, don't give them
I did like that idea.
Yeah, and make sure that keypad has a light that comes on when you hit a button so they can see what they're doing.
Yes, sir.
Oh, one other thing. So is the gate you're opening, you're proposing would be a sliding gate then, as opposed to?
Yes, sir. One single gate.
Gotcha. And then the other question I had is, had you considered security for that door that opens into your offices upstairs?
Yes, we did, and we were going to start with a gate and get all that done, and we were going to have that contractor, after he performs that task, maybe perform the security on the front door as well.
With the camera so that the lady at the desk can tell who it is and what they're after?
Yes, sir, exactly. And we're going to have to put some different signage as to guide them into that doorway, which most 9 times out of 10, all the doors are locked, but that front door is left open for like UPS or different people coming in.
Isaac, do we have an alarm system, a security company out there now?
No, all we have right now is just our call out, our auto dialer. We used to have Mountain Alarm, but we ended up deleting that contract once we got the new facility.
Okay. Because Mountain or First Alarm can do those cameras and all that for you.
Yep.
Maybe,
and that's what we were thinking also, is using somebody like that to put the cameras in.
I actually think they'll do a better job than Phil on that part. He can do the gate.
Okay.
Tim, can you hear me all right? Can you tell me who does our security here at Village Hall and the police department? And is it Mountain Alarm?
Alarm.
Mountain Alarm, okay. What's the the possibility, I know we have some of our other facilities they can be viewed by the police department. Is there any reason why we couldn't have this one done too?
I don't believe there's no reason why we couldn't get it.
Okay. Well, Isaac, why don't we talk to, since we're with Mountain Alarm, call and talk to, what's his name? Jack, yeah, Jack. Talk to Jack or his people to see what it would take to put a camera and, you know, and then you have internet out there, I'm sure you do now because you're talking on it.
We're in the process of getting that Wi-Fi. Another reason why they said we needed electrical out there is because there isn't a remote that can reach that far to open and close the gate automatically from the building without having a direct wire to that gate.
But if they called ahead to called me to let you know they were there, then you could give them the code to the keypad.
Hold on, we're having a little construction issue.
I can't hear Councilor Jackson. Sorry.
Hold on one second. I think Jeff is going to go ask them to have a timeout. Okay, you want to try it again?
Oh, yeah, Isaac, I'll speak up, but we got a grinder out here. One thought I had was if they see at the gate, call this number, then they could communicate to them the keypad. I
Yes,
just
sir.
think we're trying to make a Cadillac out of a Volkswagen.
Right.
And I think that given that, and that way they would announce themselves as well, which is important to you all. Because
Yes, sir.
the way I understood it, and I think it was David that took me on a tour, that it's kind of catch as catch can. If someone's out in the yard and they see him come up or they drive up, then they know they're there. And that's why I thought, well, we got to find a better way to do that, especially in the winter months. I mean, your fellow that's moving the sludge is about the only one that's out there for any length of time. And it's, as you say, it is a good distance to it, but I still fail to see the reason why we have to go to such expense in running electrical cables out there. I mean, that's what
Yes,
ranchers
sir.
do. They all use solar for their gates.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do it. It's just probably more batteries.
Yeah.
10-4. And like I said, I'm open to suggestions because I think it was Solid Waste that pointed us to this gentleman, CDP builders. So if you guys, if any of you have any other kind of recommendations, that would be greatly appreciated because I don't know anybody else that can really do that.
So has Windstream been out there they're the ones that are looking at bringing the fiber into you?
Yes, sir. And they're outside working as we speak.
Have you?
They're running the lines.
Okay. Have you talked to them at all about that? Because now they're running it from your building, or is it Windstream running it from the road to your building?
From the road to our building, and they got up to our to the end of the road right now, and they were running another cable right now.
Okay, because they've
They're
got.
not complete yet.
We can talk to what's the other company? Global Data that's doing the inside of the buildings, Tim. That I've seen that in some areas in town and in the country where they've actually done line of sight, that they can pick up that internet or whatever and then just work the rest of it off solar. So
Okay.
We're running our water meters off cellular.
Yeah.
Deal. They should be able to do a gate hookup.
yeah, I think that there's a way to do that gate. So we'll have to check around and but you might call over to Mountain Alarm and see what they would do about a camera.
Okay.
And then if those Windstream guys are out there, Bo or whatever,
No, that's, I'm sorry to interrupt. That's a subcontractor, that's Drew Kelly.
okay.
I'll send Ike some contact info for Perry Rooney and those guys from GDT.
Okay, what we'll do is Jeff is here, he's working on some of that, and we'll just ask them the question. It doesn't hurt. I probably should have thought of this beforehand, but we'll work on that. So I guess we're just gonna need him to get more bids.
Yeah, and system alternatives.
And some alternatives before we approve the amount.
Yes, sir. That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Did you, Mr. Chairman, did you want to postpone this to the next meeting?
Yeah, if that's good with you guys.
Fine with me.
Then I would so move.
Okay, we have a motion and need a second to postpone this item until the next meeting.
I'll second that.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay, we will move on with a roll call, please, ma'am.
Counselor Jackson,
Aye.
Joey Jarvis,
Aye.
Kurt Crawford,
Aye.
Counselor Cornelius,
Aye.
Mayor Holman.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, item number 5 is update on sanitary sewer system repair rehabilitation project, DR 1783, PW 155. So everybody take a deep seat and far away look. I think we're finally getting somewhere on some of this, but I haven't found item 5. So is that, Karen?
Yes,
There it
sir.
is.
Good morning, Chairman Crawford and members of the board. Wanted to give a little update. Some of you might have already heard this before in our last council meeting. But what we have done is we have been given the go-ahead from Department of Homeland Security and FEMA. They approved the project so that we were able to notify SAK, which is the contractor for the restoration phase of this project, the restoration of existing sewer line and manholes. So they mobilized, they're here, they're in process of re-cleaning the sewer line. So things are going well. With that, we have a new estimated time of completion. The new estimated time of completion is now September 9th of 2021. And I guess I should have asked you all, you got the printout, so you have what I'm going off of?
Yes, I believe. Is it the?
Joey, did you get that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So, also, the change orders that was approved on the last JUB meeting in August for SAK, that has a breakdown on there of the actual change order. Even though the net change order was only 47,000, there was big changes to the Village of Ruidoso's side with a decrease of 681,000 and an increase to the City of Ruidoso downside of 521,000. And that was all based upon the videos that were taken when SAK came down the first time.
And that was because, Karen, some of it had already been slip lined and repaired.
Yes, they were finding that areas that were already completed or did not need it. And then of course we didn't have the videotapes from the City of Ruidoso down to begin with. So after the videotaping, they saw what they needed to do there. So that's why there was such an increase on their side. And then it also includes the actual change order for the delay cost as well, and they're broken down for you as well. So that net increase to that contract was only 47,000, but you can see how the net effects happened based upon the videotaping and the change order for the delay costs. Did anybody have any questions on that part?
No.
Okay, I'll move on with an update to the easement. We're still, High Water Mark and Village of Ruidoso staff is still working on obtaining easements. We got everything we needed in for the hazard mitigation phase. So we have been, every week, been sending out offer letters to the property owners. So right now, we are looking at 156 easements just for the hazard mitigation phase. We had 10 for the restoration phase and 7, so a total of 173 easements obtained. We are, every week we're meeting with property owners either via Zoom, conference call, or we are even scheduling on-site visits. Everything we can to get these easements in place and secured before we get to the property site that we're working on. So we did send out a final, or what I want to call a final letter of notice to the property owners on Fox Drive. They're the people that were waiting to get the easement to complete the restoration phase. So hopefully we'll get some kind of breakthrough this week, if not next week on that, so we can get all those wrapped up. I did include with this update a timeline, a new timeline that SAK provided. It's Molson did some updates to it to make it an easier read, kind of big, but that'll kind of break down what they're doing. And we are following up with the contractor to make sure that they are notifying property owners as they're getting calls. We had some people reporting gas leaks when it really was just the steam coming off of the equipment that they were using to clean. So we're trying to make sure that the property owners are being kept up so that they realize what they're seeing out there. SAK's updating every week, giving updates every week to Molson Corbin so that we can update the actual website. And that's RWWTP.com. So we're focusing on making sure that website is updated so that property owners know exactly where everybody's working.
Excuse me,
So with that,
excuse me, Karen. Now, does Molson have the on-site observer, the professional observer out there right now?
yes, sir. Doug Albin, I believe that's his name. He had recently moved to Arizona and they brought him back they're hoping to have him for a month so he can train the new replacement. But there is an on-site observer right now, as well as High Water Mark. High Water Mark is also doing inspections.
Okay, so have we started the video and documentation process and all of that?
Yeah, well, this right now is just the cleaning. We are doing cleaning right now. So, and Adam, I'm not sure if you have any updates as what SAK is doing.
No, they're doing the cleaning and starting the part of the slip line. That's where the steam and stuff is coming from. They have done the trailer park on Beecham and Sutter, all the way up to Leach Drive on Fern Trail, behind Starbucks, and they are now on Rio Street.
Okay, so they're not having to drive across anyone's property?
No, sir. They are actually staying on the main roads as we speak right now.
Okay, awesome. All right, but we will, as soon as they start accessing someone's property, we'll be videoing before
Absolutely.
and after. Okay.
Yeah, so, we've notified as we talk to each of the property owners, claiming easement, we reassured them that the contractor is responsible for videotaping and or taking pictures so that we have not only for the contractor, but for the village, we were able to see what the property was like before they even got on there and started doing any work.
Okay, very good. Have we given all this updated information, work schedule to our PIO so we can go out on social media and we can maybe get some PSAs going?
Yes, sir. We, Carrie actually was in on a meeting that we had when we were talking about how often to update the website for the project. And she as well has been taking that information and is supposed to be hitting the media with it as well.
Okay, thank you.
That's all I have, unless anybody has any questions or would like to see. If you all are happy with what you're seeing, I'll continue providing the update as that with the EA, the timeline, the contract amounts and such.
Okay, do we have anything from the city? Do you guys like what you're seeing, or was there anything else you'd like to see?
Mayor, no, I'm very happy. Karen's been updating me on this, and I've been talking with Brad daily, so I think we're in good shape down here.
Okay, buddy, good. How about you, gentlemen?
No, it looks good. Yeah.
Okay, well, we're excited. Thank you, Karen, to start moving forward. This is awesome, awesome news. So anyway, thanks for the hard work. Okay, we will move on to item number 6 is the quarterly update on Village of Ruidoso Sewer Audit Connections. Mr. Boyda?
Chairman Crawford and board members, I'm Eric Boyda, the Water Resource Director for the village, covering for Ashley Carball. She was unable to make this meeting. the map that was in your guys' packet was a little difficult to read, so I popped this up on the screen, showing the green areas are the areas that the village has already audited for sewer connections. So we've totaled 4,692 properties audited. And as part of the audit process, we've connected 153 properties. And then in this time frame, we've also had 62 properties connect ahead of the audit. So our total confirmed connections for this permit period is 215 in the village only. And then we have 12 properties that are currently pending. Ashley and Marty Luna are doing a final review of a large packet of letters. There's 2 service areas that we're just doing the final verifications, and so we'll be sending those letters out. So these numbers will start changing here again soon for the next quarter.
Okay. Any questions from anyone?
Mr. Chairman, Eric,
Yes.
it seemed to me, if I remember right, and correct me if I'm not, that 200 was the break-even point for us to be in compliance. So would it be fair to say we've exceeded that or not?
Yes, with the extension that Joey Jarvis has expressed in the Ruidoso Downs, we far exceeded this, and we still have one or two more years left on the permit, right, Isaac?
Yes, sir.
So yes, we've exceeded it. One of the complications, though, is the intent of the 200 connections was really trying to strive for stuff that's close to the river, but we've been avoiding that while the FEMA interceptor line project's going on. So once that's completed, we'll start connecting stuff along that interceptor line along the river, and those are going to get the best impact to the total nitrogen load contribution from those on-site systems.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Eric, when we negotiated that deal with EPA, they were giving us credit for those 200 with what they thought the nitrogen phosphorus savings would be. Since they're not along the river and nobody seems to have a clear idea about the length of time it's going to take for all those Upper Canyon septics to quit leaching into the river, are we going to be able to meet our next permit? Because we just used up our imaginary credit here.
I believe so, and we'll be able to. I envision that the EPA is going to give us a similar process in the next permit iteration. I do believe that this credit is like a permanent credit for us, though. So because we've taken this waste load allocation from the TMDL that's there for on-site systems, and we put it into our system. So that's my understanding of it, at least.
Okay, well, when we did it, Dell was doing the calculations on so many pounds of each that we'd be putting into the sewer instead of the river. So I didn't know.
And in the report that Moles and Corbin prepared, that was the basis for this 200 connections. It even expressed that, the EPA was really interested in like right around the Rio Ruidoso, but we were saying that, we're also expanding to all the tributaries. So, I mean, I'd have to go through and comb through all of the locations of where the properties are being connected, but a lot of these have connection to the tributaries of the Rio Ruidoso. So there is, I feel like I kind of undersold the impact. There is still substantial impact for these 215 properties connected.
Okay. Now, when we renew this permit, are we going to have to go through the same process, get new TMDLs and analysis of the river, or they're just going to?
If based on the sampling it warrants that the TMDL needs to be updated, then that would happen, but it's likely that it would just be based off of this recent TMDL.
Oh, okay. All right, thanks.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Boyda. Did anyone else have any questions for Eric Boyda? Nope. Okay. We will accept that and move on. Item number 7, excuse me, is the monthly report on the regional wastewater treatment plant. You're up, Isaac.
Mayor and councilors, we've been running really well. The flows have been, pretty normal, considering the virus and everything. Our temperatures are starting to lower. Our pHs have been pretty normal. We're still removing between 98 and 99% of everything coming in. So we're running really well. Our fog samples, we did get one at the end of the Mountain Gods for October, and it was below 20, so it was like 18.6. Palmer Loop, on the other hand, was 55.7, but that could be because everybody's at home. The travel center, I'm not sure if any restaurants are open. We did get a 10.5. And on our influent total that came in was 29.1. So we're not too bad, but I am noticing that we're getting more and more foam on top of our basins. So I'm going to start getting the fog program back out. I'm going to send our operator back to check all the restaurants in town, probably within the next few weeks. Any questions on the monthly?
Well, can we
I have more information on the next one.
hang on a minute, Isaac, on the fog, because I think every restaurant is supposedly on a on a grease trap. So we just need to check the records and make sure that they're doing that. What has our sample shown from the end of the Mountain Gods?
That one was 18.6. That was from the end of the Mountain Gods.
Okay.
And from Palmer Loop, it was 55.7.
And the end's been shut down.
Yeah, I'm not sure if any restaurants are even open there. But we went ahead and sampled anyway because they are running or open.
Okay. I'm just curious at that number, where it's coming from.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You don't think it's because we've had so many people in town, with our nightly rentals being way up and people staying here longer, that it's not coming from people washing the grease down their sinks?
It definitely could be that. That's what we were discussing as well. Yeah, without the restaurants open at the end, it could be people in their rooms taking hot plates, or I don't know. I don't know what people. I mean, you see all kinds of things.
Isaac, I do believe there's 2 restaurants open at the meeting.
Okay, that would explain it.
Okay.
But as I said, I am definitely going to send my guy out within the next few weeks and just check everybody out, make sure everybody's on the up and up on their cleanings.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So our average treatment is up in 2020 to 1.4 per day.
Yes. Hold on, let me get that.
Because it's been since 2014, 2013, since we've had those kind of numbers. That's indicative of more people staying longer.
Yes, exactly. Are you looking at the effluent right there?
I'm looking at the influent.
Okay, influent, yes.
Yeah, that you're treating 1.4 average on your October yearly comparison. for 2020?
Yeah, it was way down last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I've noticed town's packed. I mean, I don't know what it is, but
Escape.
Okay.
any other questions?
No, just an observation, not a question so much. When I look back at the fog results on Palmer Loop, I just looked at year comparison in October of 2019. We were at 17.3 and then we jumped to 55.7 for October 2020. So there was something outlying there that was fairly significant.
Oh yeah, and I think that it's like the mayor said, people staying home and possibly cooking more and possibly throwing grease down the drain. Unfortunately, that's what I think is happening.
Now, did you guys just get a basin clean? Weren't you in the process of doing that?
Oh, that was going to be on my next.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
On the next item.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Anybody have any questions on item number 7? Okay, then we will run to item number 8, which is the quarterly report on regional wastewater treatment plant.
Okay, so like I said earlier, we've been doing really well at running the facility and keeping it in compliance. We have not had any exceedances of total nitrogen or total phosphorus in this quarter. We've also stayed in compliance with all other TMDLs and the MPDS permit. That's our first one, which is good news. The second one, I had it on my last quarterly. Between the months of January and April, we've removed 423 cubic yards of compost at Brody Williams Fields. We currently have 235 metric tons of compost at the facility, which is well below the 290 metric ton limit. We have $50,000 budgeted in the fiscal year 2020 to 2021 for Ganley Marley to haul more sludge if needed to the landfill, just to keep us below that 290 metric ton limit. We're still giving it to people as well, residents, and when they come in, we have sludge that's tested, and we're actually going to test another vial. We sent it off yesterday to see where our fecal coliforms and where it stands. On our filter cleans, we did complete 2 basins in the month of October. They looked, I mean, like they needed to be cleaned, so we're going to continue on in the spring. And like I said, I better knock on wood, but it went really well. And so we'll go ahead and continue with that in the spring and hopefully get all of them done by the fall. The next item is our LED replacement. We replaced approximately 75% of all high discharge lighting with LEDs. I would assume that the total replacement should be accomplished by the spring of 2021. So we're pretty excited by that. We've been working diligently whenever we get a chance to replace all of those. Our sludge processing area monitoring well. In the month of July, we were inspected by NMED and instructed to terminate discharge permit 509. This is a discharge permit for the monitoring well near our sludge processing area. NMED was impressed with our solids handling area and concluded that there was no need to monitor this well any further. So we went ahead and cemented it up and pulled the well out. And this will save the JED money on analysis performed for this monitoring well. So that was actually really good news and a really good accomplishment to get that well terminated right there. Any questions on anything so far?
No, that's good news.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. Any money saved is really well, and then the fact that they were just impressed with our sludge handling was big for us. As far as the next item, our last item is the electrical problems. As the plant ages, more and more electrical problems are appearing. VFDs, variable frequency drives, which run each mixer and motor at the facility, are starting to fail and need to be replaced and or troubleshoot. These units cost between $14,000 to $20,000 each and will become one of our main expenses as the years come, besides the filters and cassettes. But specialists of these units are hard to find and have long waiting periods. Therefore, I would like to get training on these units and or to troubleshoot and repair them. This training on troubleshooting and repairs has been postponed due to the COVID virus, so we'll jump on that whenever we can get back to getting things done in that sense.
Isaac, did we not replace one of those VFDs this year sometime?
Yes, we did. We've already replaced 2 of them this year.
And how many do we have?
We haven't had any problems lately, but that doesn't mean that it can't happen. And the bad thing about these is they give out at any given moment. It can happen right now as we speak, and it's hard to. I did get an infrared camera, so I do go through the electrical rooms and look for hot spots with it to identify any problems. But still, these things just give out whenever they feel like it.
Well, how many do we have?
Ooh, over 20.
20.
Approximately. Yeah, because it's every blower, every mixer, in this main electrical as well as our east electrical and west electrical.
And so, do we don't have one sitting on the shelf to drop in if we lose one?
We have parts for them, but they're outdated already. All these ones that we have in stock or are online are outdated. So once they burn out, we have to get a specialist to come and replace them with the new VFDs that are out right now.
Okay, well that's concerning.
Yes, sir.
And also, when you're talking about troubleshooting and you're already using your thermometer, your infrareds to just check for amp draws to indicate wear and pulling more juice and all those things, just like you do in other industrial settings. So you're asking that, so whenever we're able to do training, there's not training already on Zoom or on different things that you can do to help troubleshoot?
I haven't seen anything lately, but because most of it is hands-on, but I will definitely look in to see if there's anything via Zoom right now. Because normally you would fly to the facility, you would go to the facility and get hands-on training within the facility with the unit, and an instructor right next to you, which I find is better, but I'll definitely look into other options as well.
Okay, well, do you have a suggestion for options, or do we just run it until it breaks and then we get in line?
Yes, sir. We just have to run it and till it breaks, and then I'll call the gentleman that get them, and we'll just get them installed at that time.
Mr. Chairman, Isaac, I just have this is out of my own ignorance. Will the training that you're requesting, which seems very reasonable, would that training be different for the newer pumps that you're suggesting that will be replacing the older ones in terms of going down or going further down the road with it? And my second question is there something in our budgeting process where we need to be looking ahead at that? Let's say we had one theoretically on the shelf. These are big pumps, I know, but would you have the manpower to replace the pump sans having the expertise of someone coming in, or no?
And what these are, to answer your first question, yes, it would be the up-to-date VFDs, and these are drives. These are the drives that run the pumps and motors. These are electrical, right. And they require programming and just installation with high voltage. Yes, that training would be to repair and possibly troubleshoot these newer ones as well as older ones. They're pretty much the same, but the newer ones are a lot smaller. The programming should be pretty much the same, but we would have to take parameters from old ones and install them into new ones and upgrade from there. And we do have the manpower to do it, but these other people, they do it all the time.
No, I'm just thinking about when push comes to shove and we're down and we don't have them available because they're off elsewhere or their manpower is down.
No, we've actually robbed the spare to put into another one, and we've jumbled things around in order to keep the plant running in the past, and I'm confident we could continue to do that until we have no other choice.
Yes, sir, John.
Isaac, these new drives you're getting, are they more energy efficient? I understood the new ones were supposed to be way more efficient.
Yes, sir. I wish I could have, the other ones are as tall as a man and the other ones are as big as a baby. So they're way different. They're smaller, way more efficient, and just better units all in all. Kind of like computers all in all. They're just getting smaller and more efficient.
Good. Your electric bill should go to nothing then.
That's wishful thinking, right?
Okay,
Any other questions?
Okay, I don't hear any questions, so thank you very much, Isaac.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, that concludes the regular items that we have. Do we have any reports from board members? Mayor Holman, Mr. Jarvis, do you have any reports, anything you'd like to add?
No, sir, we don't.
Okay. Either one of you gentlemen have anything? Nope. Okay, I don't have anything to add. I know that's a shocker. We don't have anything for closed session. And so I believe that concludes the Joint Use Board meeting for today and November the 18th. And I appreciate everybody showing up. We ask you to be safe. Wear a mask and stay home is what we're told to do, so please do so. And this meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, now that we're off, I have a question about the money on the, I can find it in here.